esteemed chief guests, Honourable Minister of Finance, Corporate Affairs and for Information and Broadcasting, Shri Arun Jaitley, to address the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Minister.
My colleague in the Council of Ministers, Colonel Rajwardhan Singh Rathore, the Secretary of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Shri Julka, the Chairperson of the Prasar Bharati Board, Shri Surya Prakash Ji, distinguished dignitaries on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a privilege for me to inaugurate this conference and the expo in relation to the broadcasting industry. The popular belief that nobody can defy technology and nobody can even predict a technology. Innovation is an inherent instinct of mankind, and therefore, with innovation, creation of new technologies, discoveries of new technologies, if there is one sector which has changed the way of life literally, that's the broadcasting sector. And it's happened the fastest. It's made communications extremely accessible. And today we frankly do not know what is likely to happen as we look down the tunnel. I remember when it was being predicted about a decade and a half ago that we are moving towards an era of convergence. We still did not know what the horizons would be. I remember in the year 1999, I was a party as a minister in Mr. Vajpayee's government when we were amending the TRAI Act. The act was originally intended for telephony, but then anticipating it, we provided an enabling provision that it may even cover broadcasting. And that was done by virtue of a notification, it would so happen. We did not realize the extent of convergence which would take place, which would be essential in tariff fixation and other areas. A group had been constituted during that period to draft what could be a convergence law. And then some wise people advised us that very soon you will have technologies which will make this law redundant. So should you at all have a convergence law? Because technology's evolution will not be dependent on convergence itself. And these are the changes which the evolution of technology has brought about. And engineers who constitute the broadcasting engineering fraternity have also to update and upskill their own capacities, because these are all areas they are going to learn when they are on their feet. As consumers of news, current affairs, entertainment, education, we find that the whole scenario has changed. Conventional education no longer confined to a classroom. It could be available through a satellite. It is being made available now. A lot of people are getting educated and specially trained through the use of that medium. Audiences were entertainment starved, with cinema as the only option. And today the advent of technology has brought various choices of entertainment to their doorsteps and into their bedrooms. The news scenario has completely changed. In fact, the definition of news has changed. Today, news is what camera can capture. What camera cannot capture is hardly news. And earlier one used to enjoy watching or reading one's newspaper and spending literally hours on the newspaper. And with passage of time, it's completely changed. Today came the next stage where news was available the previous evening, then the 24/7 channels came, and therefore you watch news across the day, and the next morning you don't want to read what you've already watched several times the day earlier. And I find now, with various applications, net, from internet, then to iPads and now to smartphones, if news is available in real time, literally by the minute, available to a consumer of news, the whole pattern of consuming that news has altered. The time that I spend now on my morning newspapers is a small fraction of what I used to spend. A lot was spent the previous evening watching the news channels. Today, even that timing is reduced. I now try and read on the iPad or the smartphone the newspapers before I go to sleep at night. And a lot of it, what I read, is what I've actually accessed during the course of the day. And therefore, with these technologies, media organizations also have been working overtime so that each one of these technologies and applications can be used for dissemination. The freedom is full. Today, fortunately, we have very few dictatorships left in the world. But even if there were, censorship because of technology itself would be an impossibility. And the kind of news we are getting also is altered. Therefore, in a race to catch the eyeballs, I always, in a lighter vein, remark that people try and analyze what is behind the news, what could be a likely implication of news, what could be a possible different angle. So people like us used to feel helpless. I wrote in a recent blog that I have read speeches of mine which I have not delivered. So this was one consolation for me in my other responsibility as a finance minister, that at least one sector of manufacturing is doing well. But then we are not helpless either. This technology is available to us also. So the social media has given a power to an average citizen. So all you have to do is to express your own viewpoint or put the correction onto the social media and it catches on like wildfire. And therefore, in this age, notwithstanding these lighter moments that we have with each other, everybody will try and be professionally the best, because the options have increased, the mediums have increased, the costs have come down, and the quality of empowerment of the human mind has increased. But then it's throwing up its own challenges. This is generating jobs. This is generating a huge amount of training of the human mind. And one of the worries is that the financial model for all organizations must be a realistic model. Because if the financial model is not a realistic model, then imperfections will enter, and these imperfections can lead to aberrations. Paid news was one such aberration. But as we grow, qualities are also going to grow. So in the medium of entertainment itself, the qualities are going to grow. And I'm quite sure in this age of competition, initially we may feel that for the race of those eyeballs, quality is being compromised, but then I have great faith in the human wisdom. The best will always succeed. And therefore, what was originally just the radio, and then we saw the disappearance relatively of the radio. The FM channels have brought back radio with a bang. And I must confess to myself that I have been quite impressed with the quality of the radio itself. The quality of the All India Radio broadcasts still remains one of the high points of Prasar Bharati. The private FM channels also provide a great amount of quality and competitiveness. And your job as the engineers and the technocrats dealing with this is to make this medium available with much and equal ease. As your technologies grow, the comforts will grow. Some national and natural resource may be lying hidden somewhere which you still have not discovered. And I'm sure we have seen a lot, but the best in this industry is yet to come. It's an ever-growing industry, and it's to the advantage of us, the viewers and the listeners, who are benefiting from this. I wish you all the best, and I'm sure the expo that you have put up today will also be of great value as far as various stakeholders in the industry are concerned. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our Honourable Minister, for addressing us. May I now request our keynote speaker, Shri Ajay Vidyasagar, to deliver his keynote address. Please welcome him.